Not long ago, I made a video where I mentioned every single NES title available on Nintendo Switch Online for the West. So this does not count Japan. This is just the West, so mainly North America and mostly Europe. This time, I will be briefly going over all the Super Nintendo games briefly on the Nintendo Switch Online subscription. Now, Nintendo started releasing SNES games back in 2019 on the Nintendo Switch. I have a link to a clip of the Nintendo Direct from back in 2019. If you guys want to take a look at that, link down below. That's my reference point. This video, however, the video you're watching now, not the IGN video. So this video will only be covering SNES titles on NSO available in the West. As of July 16th, 2022, as the day I'm recording this video, this will probably get uploaded at the beginning of next week, so it'll probably be closer to the 18th. But as of July 16th of this year, there are 61 games on the Super Nintendo Switch Online application. We will briefly mention every single one in order of release. Now, before I do that, I want to note that I'm going to be listing the publisher and in some cases the developer and publisher. However, if I don't mention a company after a game title, that means that game was published by Nintendo. There's going to be exceptions where I will occasionally say Nintendo if there's like another developer, and I kind of just want to give like developers more credit, give them credit. So, without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start with the first game. This was Puyo Puyo 2, which was published by Acclaim. Now, I saw that on the SNES app, it actually shows Sega was the publisher, and then I immediately was thinking, I was confused. I thought it was the SNES app, not the Sega Genesis app. Apparently, some versions of this game were published by Sega, but the SNES version was published by Acclaim. And it's possible that Sega helped out with this version for Nintendo Switch Online. I'm actually not sure. But yeah, other versions of the game were published by Sega. I actually had to look this up just to verify that. So I looked on Nintendo Life just to make sure. I didn't have a Super Nintendo growing up. I technically didn't even own a Nintendo 64. The Nintendo 64 was the first new console I remember playing, even though I never had one. Had an NES, but that wasn't new at the time. First new console I owned was the GameCube, which is not new anymore. So, yeah, I was born in the late 90s, grew up in the 2000s, so, yeah, Nintendo 64 and GameCube. Those were my favorite systems at that time. Anyway, so let's continue. I'm going to switch over to my monitor, so it's probably going to look like I'm looking away from you guys. Not intentionally doing that, but it's just a little easier to read this list I have. Going over all 61 games. So we have Super Soccer from Spike Chunsoft. Super Tennis. The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Super Mario Kart. Super Mario World. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Super Metroid. Star Fox. Stunt Race FX. Super EDF Earth Defense Force from City Connection. Capcom gave us Super Goals and Ghosts. From G-Mode, we have Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics. Kirby's Dream Course. This case, I'm going to be saying Nintendo, as well as HAL Laboratory. Kirby's Dream Land 3, also from HAL Laboratory and Nintendo. Pilot Wings. More games from City Connection. Or one more game, I should say. Brawl Brothers. Next two games are Breath of Fire and Demon's Crest from Capcom. Excuse me for saying that wrong. F-Zero. Breath of Fire 2 from Capcom. Kirby Superstar from Nintendo and HAL Laboratory. Star Fox 2. Super Punch-Out. Pop's Twin Bee. That was from Konami back when Konami was a good company. Smash Tennis from Bandai Namco. which originally it was Bandai, then there was Namco, they merged, became Bandai Namco. Another City Connection game is Operation Logic Bomb. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. I apologize if I'm not. This is Panel du Point. Wild Guns from Natsume Inc. Donkey Kong Country from Rare and Nintendo. Natsume Championship Wrestling. Super Mario All-Stars. Tough Enough from City Connection. Another game from both Nintendo and Rare is Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. Mario's Super Picross. The Peacekeepers from City Connection again. Psycho Friends from a different company. First game that I'm mentioning this, if I'm not mistaken. So Psycho Friends came from Edia. Donkey Kong Country 3. Dixie Kong's Double Trouble from Nintendo and Rare. The Ignition Factor from City Connection. Super Valis 4, Edia. Culture Brains, Super Baseball Simulator 1, or 1.000, whatever, so 1. Super Mario Kart Fully Souped Up, which is a special version of Super Mario Kart. I haven't played this new version, by the way. Doomsday Warrior from Edia. Interplay Entertainment gives us Prehistoric Man. I like how they spelled prehistoric with a K instead of a C. Jelly Boy from Throwback Entertainment. Next two games are from Gmode. They are Caveman Ninja and Magical Drop 2. Another Natsume game is Spinky's Quest. Earthbound, also known as Mother, from Nintendo and Shigesato Itoi. The reason I'm mentioning his name is because Earthbound's not actually owned by Nintendo, and I wanted to give the designer some credit. Super Metroid, Samus Aran's Ultimate Arsenal, a special version of that game. Vamboozle from Throwback. Claymores from Interplay Entertainment. Rival Turf from City Connection. Got Earthworm Jim to Interplay Entertainment. I've always kind of wanted to play like Earthworm Jim for some reason. I don't know, this looks like an interesting game. I've never played it. After Earthworm Jim 2 from Interplay Entertainment, we have Super Mario World, Super Punch-Out Champion Edition, Kirby Superstar Meta Knight's Revenge, another special version. So the three games, these are special versions. Kirby Superstar Meta Knight's Revenge, Kirby's Dream Course Dance Along with Kirby, and Kirby's Dream Land 3, set difficulty to easy breezy. And finally, we have a game from Gmode, Congo's Caper. And we actually got through the list. Now I'm going to be having a screenshot of the SNES app of all 61 games. So if for some reason I'm missing a game, it'll at least show it in the screenshot. I know in the NES video, I think I missed like 1 or 2 games at least. Even though I looked constantly at the app, and then so all the games that I named them all in order of release. I know you can like move them around, but I like to leave them. So that's the order of release that they came to the service, not like when they came back out in the 80s or 90s. Anyway, so finally got through all 61 games. Actually faster than I thought we would, but there was not as many as NES, but still. This is all the Super Nintendo games available on the subscription service at this time. Come back in a couple weeks where I will be covering retro games available on Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack featuring Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis, also known as the Mega Drive. I want to thank you guys for watching. N64 games and Sega Genesis also won't be as long, obviously. So probably at some point in the future, I'm going to make another video just focusing on those. I'll probably wait a couple years, though, when they release like a whole bunch more of those games. So once again, I want to thank you for watching. I will see you guys on part 3, and we'll start talking about Nintendo Switch plus expansion packs. Excuse me, not experience pack. Expansion pack. Now I'm only talking about retro games. I'm not gonna be talking about Tetris 99. Well, that's a new game, and then the new Pac-Man 99 game. You know, that's technically a new game, or a remake or whatever. It's not a remake. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I'm not gonna include those. Just talk about retro games. So I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.